And our conversation with Ed Rising is presented by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. And Ed is actually on the telephone with us now this morning as well. Ed, of course, the Indiana County Farm Bureau president, and it's good to talk with you, Ed. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to be out on the road in a tractor right now, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd like to get some more field work done, but the wet weather's postponing some crop work, so.
Yeah. Hey, this is Rural Road Safety Week all the way through Saturday, and it's a very, very significant thing for around Indiana County, isn't it? There's a lot of farm work done in fields that require a little bit of traveling using our public roadways.
Yes, that's true. As spring has begun, farmers are starting to prep their fields for the new spring crops, and you will find them throughout the year on rural roads as they tend to their crops, from planting to hay harvesting and harvesting small grain and even the fall grain throughout the year. So the equipment are large and slow moving. So we just ask the public to be aware of the farm equipment with the slow moving vehicle emblem that's on them or flashing lights, and yield when approaching on the opposite direction as equipment or the drivers trying to maneuver around telephone poles, mailboxes, narrow roadways, getting to the next field that they can get off and let you around. So just to be patient and respectful, and everybody will, get by safely.
Yeah. One of the interesting things to me about it is that in Indiana County, every road is a rural road. It doesn't matter how big it is. You could find farm equipment on any of them.
That's true, from the highways, 119, 286, to secondary roads, township roads, and equipment average between 10 and 18 feet wide, so it takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, it really does. And you make a really good point that sometimes we see that extra wide equipment and we say, why are you driving over here or over there? But they're watching the width of that vehicle, especially off to their right. Mailboxes, trees, utility poles, all of those things, they have to be maneuvered around. We might not consider that when we're just keeping our wheels between the white line on the side and the yellow line in the middle of the road.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so give us some guidance. When we see vehicles, for instance, there's a tractor with an implement coming toward us. What should drivers be aware of, and how should we handle that situation?
When you are traveling and you see a farm equipment on the road, begin to slow down, because average farm equipment runs between 15 and 20 miles per hour. So if you're following a tractor for 2 miles, it only takes 6 minutes of your time, which is approximately equal to waiting at 2 red lights.
Yeah, about 5 seconds will close that gap about the length of a football field, won't it?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so that's certainly something. And another thing is the guy in the tractor, his vision might be a little bit less than ideal for looking behind him. Sometimes the mirrors are not sufficient for him to see the traffic that's behind him, and we need to be aware of that as well.
Yes, that's true. They're more just like when you're driving a highway in your car, you're looking ahead to see what's coming at you and what you have to avoid. Not always looking in the rearview mirror. So,
yeah, it just makes perfect sense. Now, right now, there are going to be a lot of plows and those sorts of vehicles out there along the road, equipment that helps to work up the ground, and then the corn planters and the other seed planters, they'll be out there as well. So we need to be aware of that. Ed, give us an idea. In Indiana County, how many farmers are there that we might encounter out along the roadways? How many different family farms are there?
That's a hard number to really give, because there's so many varieties with our Amish community and the horses and their smaller equipment to the average family farm. Dairies have multiple equipment, from planting to hay equipment, your trucks to carry your supplies back and forth. throughout the county, we have a large group of farmers. I would say close to 1,000 farms, family-wise. Like I said, the Amish community are smaller. We do have some large grain farm operations that have very large equipment. So there's a large variety there of sizes of farms.
Yeah, there really are. During this time, of course, with the COVID-19 crisis out there, we're hearing all kinds of horror stories about how difficult it is. It's difficult anyway to be a farmer in today's day and age, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, the market has always been a very up and down, quick-moving market. You plan ahead to see what your best crops to plant for the next year. Some crops are contracted, others are not. And right now, what the main issue is with all the restaurants and vineyards that's open that would serve all kinds of food are closed, so has really shut down the farming community in getting their products out. And unfortunately, stuff are being plowed under down south because they're past their ripe age and cannot be marketed, or
some of
the full of inventory. And also, the factories, when the employees become contaminated, be quarantined, you don't have a backup crew to replace them. So
yeah, we're hearing that some of the poultry farms have had to be closed down because of coronavirus. And if you've got no place to send your livestock or your grains or whatever it is that you're farming because they're shut down, then you're stuck with them, and you're stuck with the expense of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, they still need to be fed, maintained. Poultry, beef cattle, hogs can be put back on the feedlot. You hate to add more feed to them, more cost, than put more weight on. But the dairy industry, the milk, cows have to be milked every day, and unfortunately, there are some dairies that have to dump their milk because there's no place to sell it, or reduction of moving the product has built up to the point that they can't find a market for it. So
yeah, with schools closed, there's nobody taking milk from schools anymore. So those are all issues.
Oh yes, it definitely is, and it's a learning lesson, I guess, we're all experiencing with a crash course, I guess you would call it. So yeah, unfortunately.
Well, let's make sure there's no crash courses going on along our roadways. That's what Rural Road Safety Week is all about. We need to keep everybody safe out there along the roads and have some patience and some understanding. Farmers are hard-pressed to get everything done that needs to be done. There are fewer farmers out there having to do just as much work, and so out along the roadways we need to be careful. I guess that's the message that you have for us today, too, isn't it?
Yeah, I would also like to note that in 2019, there were roughly 27 fatal car farm equipment accidents in Pennsylvania, and an unknown number of accidents with just the equipment but no injuries or severe injuries. So with everybody being aware of others on the roadways, being patient, obeying the posted speed signs, we all can travel safely on our highways and enjoy our upcoming summer, hopefully.
That's a good plan. I like that. I like the way you're thinking there, Ed. Hey, thanks for spending some time with us today. Tell us about your farm.
We have a small family operation here. My brother runs the family farm. We just do hay and grain now. We've got out of dairy business a little over 5 years ago. And then I have a milk hauling business, so I pick up milk from local farms and transfer it to area dairies in the Pittsburgh, western Pennsylvania. So anywhere from bottling plants to cheese plants to ice cream facilities. So to get the product, made into a useful food item that the people can enjoy.
Well, my farming background, so I know that you have a really, really busy time going right now. It is the time of the year to really kick it in. Ed, thanks for taking a little bit of that time and spending it with us.
Okay, well, thank you, and everybody be safe. And when we get through this crisis, we can all get back to enjoying cookouts and everything we're missing. So absolutely, great idea. Thanks, Ed. Have a great day. You too. Thanks, Todd.
Bye now.
Bye.
There's